ridiculous.
Golden Guardians find CLG, and they decimate them in the team fight. Someone say, I thought you were friends.
Hello and welcome to Academy Rush, presented by Verizon. I'm James Patterson, ready to run you through another episode of Academy Rush. For those of you new to the stream, welcome. The concept is pretty simple. You and I, we jump through 5 games of action throughout the day, and we're going to check in on it, guided by one of our casters. We've got plenty of matchups to go in front of us. All of the matchups today are between teams either tied in the standings or only separated by a single game, so lots of standings implications. Let's dive straight into it. First up, we've got Cole Coco the Dragon Dambley bringing us Cloud9 Academy versus Immortals Academy, where Tomo will be looking to repeat the success they had last week versus Apollo and the rest of his squad. Then Joshua Joshi Howard has Dignitas Academy versus Team Liquid Academy, which has a carry-oriented Dardoch challenging Grig. Over on Golden Guardians Academy versus FlyQuest Academy, Riv will be cluing in to 2 teams looking for a desperate bounce back after a sloppy start to the split. TSM Academy versus Evil Geniuses Academy has Aaron Loud Thoughts Eisenbarts looking at an interesting bot lane matchup with LCS veterans Deftly and Matt versus Lost and Treats. Finally, 100 Thieves Academy and CLG Academy will be brought to you by Pastry Time. Both teams have been confident in their reads on the meta. We'll see how draft pans out with so many pocket picks in each of their pools. Don't forget, for those of you that want to catch every single second of every single game now or later, the games will be broadcast on each of the team's individual streams, so make sure you go and check those out. Now, those are the games that we got cooking up in Academy Rush, so go ahead and grab a drink, a snack, and settle in because all 5 games have gotten started, and we're going to jump straight into it with Cloud9 Academy taking on Immortals Academy, where it looks like we could have some early action.
Game today, we're going to be looking at Cloud9 Academy versus Immortals Academy as well. So going in just for what is at stake for these 2 teams in this game, it's really just evening up the scoreboard a little bit, seeing if C9 can grab that 3rd win for themselves, continue that winning streak that they've been able to find, where Immortals, it's much more of just trying to find a sense of leadership in their team, in Xmithy, in Apollo and Hakuho, those LCS veterans who are sitting down here mysteriously for some of us viewers here, like still down here. It's week 3 and they still haven't seen a transition into the LCS squad. So for us, it's this sort of
First looks here as the laning phase gets underway. We're going to pop on over to Golden Guardians versus FlyQuest as they get themselves into that fighting position.
In play for FlyQuest. I almost feel like once we saw that game, FlyQuest took it thinking, hey, this is more powerful. They created a comp that didn't really work around it. Here, both teams, I love what they have created. We saw overall a lot of bans in variety coming into the ban phase for both first and second. Some Orange, Captain, Corki, Callista, things like that. So every lane coming out of Golden Guardians. Varus and Aphelios did target Keith as FlyQuest banned those out first, but you did see Volibear, Nautilus, Jace as your final ban. So again, sorting out a bit of what they want to play against in the lanes with those bans, and we got pretty good poke comps from each team. More of a run into your face comp coming from FlyQuest. I saw the Yuumi and the Trundle come out at first, and I was like, a Sivir too? Here comes poke, but then it resets a bit with the Trundle, or I'm sorry, with the Azir, and having the Sivir being able to disengage, re-engage, and then get back into the fight. True poke here from Golden Guardians, and this becomes a pretty scary thing because there is no true front line. It's we hope they're low, we're going in, we're either getting out or we're staying for the long fight. And you better hope they're all very low on HP at that point. You got to be making the impact plays, and vision is key for a poke comp. So we'll keep our eyes on how Golden Guardians works around that here on Summoner's Rift throughout this game. Hard on Nidalee against Fnatic. Fnatic also had a decent game yesterday for himself. We'll see how the tank jungler goes up against the pretty aggressive jungler of Nidalee here. If Hard can get himself into the tracking pattern of where Fnatic is going in the jungle. A Blaze Olive on the Twisted Fate. We've been seeing that much more creep up. Corki did get banned out here within the pick ban phase, so that's why you're not seeing that poke in this composition. And it looks like I'm excited to see what this Sivir can do. We haven't seen Sivir in too long. Turtle's always been a big fan of it. As a bit of back and forth on the bot side, a 3v3. The Grand Entrance coming in from Chime as they get big damage onto him. And one more auto. Oh, the Mystic Shot over the shoulder of Wild Turtle. He dodges to the right. Keith shoots to the left. What a shot there to pick up first blood. A great job by Golden Guardians.
First action of the evening between these 2 and 3 squads. But from here, we're going to shoot up the standings to TSM Academy and EG action in the mid lane.
And Yi will chunk him out, but no successful gank there for getting the first blood of the game at just 3.5 minutes into this one. Will, however, mean that success. I do believe, yes, in fact, it is going to be a double scuttle coming out in favor of Evil Geniuses Academy. Great roam coming in from Hootie there, but an even better hook coming in from Treats down on the boss side. They're trying to go onto Matt here. Definitely dropped down extremely low, forced to use the Summoner heal in order to walk away from that one with his life.
A bloodless battle here so far. We're going to pop on over to Cloud9 Academy versus Immortals Academy, where Cloud9 is looking to put a capper on a weekend 2-0 if they can get it here today to run back what was a poor start to the split.
Pick it blind, but it's something where he already understands the champion enough that going into the Aatrox, you can see a little bit of lack of confidence. It's just those interesting trades of hitting level 5 first to that level 4. But at that stage, Dragon will be available in the next 15 seconds to see which element they're going to be able to handle first. You got to keep an eye on Smithy to see if he'll be able to sneak that one away. And already Hakuho says, you know what, let's group up. Apollo is totally fine to sit in that bottom lane, get some pressure here on this Dragon, which it will be an Ocean Drake, as a matter of fact. And already they're looking for that gank. They've got the visibility. They did walk over that scuttle, but that doesn't matter to them. His Diamond and Tomo are set in their sights. Tomo gets exhausted. He does flash, but they will still be able to secure the kill going over to Hakuho as Tomo now tries to dish out as much damage as he can, see if he can get some vengeance back for his team. But Smithy throwing down those undertows, being able to lock down the team, but no, the flash coming from Minori is able to secure a kill onto Apollo, and Smithy finds a death as well as Tomo is just helping out this massive bear that Minori is becoming, and to teleport from Alorm is going to back him away for now as C9 grabbing 2 for 2 in this bottom end, though the first blood going over to Hakuho is going to help this cat do a little bit more pressing manners in the early to mid stage, but it also allows a lot of pressure on the bottom side for Immortals to possibly look at this Dragon once again. However, Tomo now sprinting back to lane means that that pressure might just be alleviated.
Started as a simple
bit
gank, but it ends in a 2 for 2 between the two squads. A bit of a CS lead, though, building in favor of the bot lane over there. From here, we're jumping over to Golden Guardians versus FlyQuest. 1 kill already in the pocket of Keith.
Seeing him just a little earlier, able to track that pathing well. Good move from Chime, though. Chime's going to go in to help Fnatic since they're all on the same page here from both teams. Going to need a little help getting out. I want to see more fighting from these teams. Let's see what they can get out of each other here. Zion Spartan and Revenge back and forth. Zion Spartan likes that attempt as he gets a barrel connect onto Revenge. Oh, there's the port finally. Destiny comes in. That's going to be a teleport as well. That's Triple just behind, and they're trying to follow. Damage coming in from the Cannon Barrage, and now Triple's got a 2v1 knowingly, but he's going to run back towards Fnatic. Now Hard is behind Fnatic as well, so this may not turn out well for FlyQuest if they can't get too hard quick enough. Nice job by the Serema Shuffle to get Fnatic and Triple on a safe side. One more parlay is not going to be up off cooldown, and Fnatic has to flash out of this as well. And a little back and forth as that got hectic. But the safety play was from Triple.
Giant skirmish in the top lane, but it's the Golden Guardians who come out on top as we head on over to Dignitas versus Team FLICKR for our first look of the night.
Is going to be forced to use the ultimate. Phoenix already so low, but Darda is going to be able to pick up first blood and walk on out. Clean dive coming out from the side of Dignitas, and this is already a much better showing. At this point in the game yesterday up against Evil Geniuses, they had already lost so much pressure up in the top lane as Viper making a couple decisions, not going his way, already sitting up 20 CS in the mid lane. Phoenix, this storied mid laner AD carry, is going to be absolutely okay, and Yama going to be the next one to fall as a couple of quick spells are going to be coming out from JJ, locking him up and blowing both the flash and the exhaust. And this game starting to get out of Team Liquid control very,
First
very
it's Dardock with the dive in the mid lane, then it's the duo in the bot. A hot start for Dignitas there. CLG Academy versus 100 Thieves Academy. CLG starting up the Rift Herald with the 2-kill advantage.
stunned after. Beautiful play from Phil, but Contract's still pretty tanky. Soligo gonna dive in there as Contracts gets the fadeaway kill onto Phil with the ulti. And that's gonna leave the Rift Herald out in the open. Now it's a 4v4 with Prismal affecting the bottom lane. Ziggs can mow through turrets very efficiently. See how much damage Prismal can get done. But Contracts here is gonna go ahead and start this Herald. That ward finally going to get shot down, and he will continue this objective. Poom is here, not level 6, mind you. In fact, no bot laner except now Prismal has got that ultimate available. And looks like 100 Thieves. I mean, Contracts just lived for so long there. I think with the passive ticking up, that 100 Thieves just stood and fought. Tuesday now in trouble. I'll see you later. What a knock up there for Fake God. Fadeaway chain for Soligo is not it, but Fake God able to find the kill regardless. Pops the ulti and runs down the Syndra. Tuesday must not have had flash from Soligo's earlier pressure, so whoever timed that, round of applause for you.
Well, when we came in, they were behind, but as we leave, it's 2-2 plus a Rift Herald for 100 Thieves. They've clawed their way back into it. Golden Guardians, FlyQuest, more continued attention to the top lane.
You see TF pushing in triple quite a bit. Now with a lead, can do so much, much easier. Especially with the Swifties, he's able to get out of the soldier range quick, able to just keep up pace and really deny a lot of what triple wants to do with damage, causing him to move soldiers, use mana, and whatnot. Bottom lane pushing in, Keith and Chime, like I said, being super aggressive. Pushing in a Sivir and a Yuumi, right? And I can see Turtle wanting to semi-farm this wave and not give Chime and Keith a giant wave to want to have to leave on. Turtle wants to keep it pretty even if they can, so he's counting those minions, keeping it clean right now, equal and balanced. All right, oh my word, that swipe damage coming down. Hard's going to be able to get some good damage on, misses the Javelin, so it's not a follow-up, but Blaze Olive gets instantly pushed back, but the gold card's still going to be up. Is it on cooldown? No, it's going to lock him down. Fnatic falls as Hard picks up a kill for himself. Everybody's getting their hand in the pie this game. Just waiting for Zion and Chime to chime right in.
It's been methodical so far for Golden Guardians. Now 2K up as we head on over to CLG versus 100. Straight into some action.
Very well handled by 100 Thieves. Nice all in there on bottom lane to take out Wind. Triger, so he's going to stick around here. Still 3v2, but here comes Wind. He's back as he TP down into the lane. So Magical Journey out from Poom, and it does seem to be that all these cooldowns are being exchanged with eyes on this Infernal Drake. Let's briefly check it in top lane. Carl ticking down there for Deus. He's a little bit behind, can't farm.
As the action continues to play out here, we're going to hop on over to Dig versus TL, taking a look at how Dig decides to utilize their advantage, currently entertaining a turret dive.
The turret, they are going to be able to pick themselves up a little bit more. They will get a second play off of this top lane turret, which is going to give them a little bit of longer. Greg potentially looking for an opportunity, lands the resonating strike. Sonic Sonic something. I don't remember at this point, but it's okay. We all know what's going on. The first part of the queue, Dardoch coming around once again, trying to stop the backs coming out from Greg. Yusui has a teleport available. There's a teleport for Viper, but here we go. A huge potential fight breaking out. All 5 members of Dignitas looking to dive these 3 members of Team Liquid. Are they going to be able to do it? They are going to be able to clear the wave behind before things start off. A teleport is being committed from Yusui. The ultimate comes out from Asta. That's a lot of damage. Viper going through, doing some damage to 2 people, and a double kill already coming out for Phoenix. Dardoch going to be running back to the backside. Ricard going to be going down as well. And Yusui has nowhere left to go as a triple kill is going to be picked up for Dignitas Phoenix here. And another beautifully clean dive, and this all comes down to the play around the Rift Herald previously. Jenkins sticking around in order to pick up that.
I'm going to be honest, I had my reservations about that one, but with all 5 members on the play, Dig comes out away big. Over to CLG, 100 action as Soligo tries to make something happen.
Here comes Fake God as well. Ziggs ulti's knife, but hits the edge of Tuesday. Almost dies from the comet at the end of it. It's just continued pressure here for 100 Thieves, up almost 2,000 gold in this early game. Luden's Echo finish now for Prisma. I mean, these, if they can continue on this trajectory, these turrets should be just evaporating in front of CLG. between the Herald, the contract's already used, between the power and the wave clear already that Prismal has, and the advantage he's built for himself as well. I mean, he's got a full item and the free boots finished. Oh, Tuesday. Silly boy. Saliga with a nice solo kill. Just burns all his resources and that's an easy all-in. That was one wave he should not have been there for. And the tower's going to fall on top as well. So things are starting to fall apart at the seams here a little bit for CLG. Fragus is in pursuit with Phil and Win behind him. Good GP ult though to try and cover. Shepherd Fate finds Fragus. Here's the TP in. Contract's low. Aphelios ulti only gets Poom at the end of it, but FLICKR's just in there. He's the front line really. Onto Fragus he goes. Bouncing bomb will miss, but Fragus still getting kited around. And Wind is playing very well with the sniper rifle here, but FLICKR finally takes down Fragus. He's got to kite the rest of the Skittles from the grave. The Requiem down. That's going to be a kill for sure. Oh, no, not even. Contract's alive, just barely. Poom's heal. Plus, I imagine Guardian coming in clutch and then the ulti from Prismal to force Wind's flash. On point with the skill shots today.
Big
just
solo
so frustrating.
Kill for Soligo and the roam to the top side. This one's coming up all 100. Smithy, let's check on him in Academy. Drops the Rift. We'll move towards the Dragon.
Turns out as well as they also have turned their eyes. They've actually pushed away Apollo and Hagaho. This is an awkward flank here for Immortals because now Cloud9 Academy actually has tempo. Palafox is able to get in earlier. Xmithy has to disengage to his closer ally of Insanity. But now, this is just a spread fight back and forth, and Noe has the confidence. He ults himself in, but Xmithy also pops the Ragnarok as well. He tries to keep up, but Palafox is able to secure the kill. Insanity is going to be falling next. He's not even able to get a kill onto Palafox, as Diamond is able to walk away with the Wild Growth. He actually does get the stopwatch in time. Apollo does not get the kill because the shield is up in time, and Palafox, with the ultimate, is able to grab that second or third kill for himself, make that a fourth as Hakuho falls, and Cloud9 Academy plays that dragon juggle perfectly on their end. And during this entire time, Fudge didn't even need to look down bottom side, is able to get some turret plates as well, and this powerhouse squad of Inori and Tomo were able to create so much pressure. You got to give the kudos to Diamond as well for wasting so much time for his team to disengage.
The split fight goes heavily in favor of Cloud9 with a slick escape as well on the back end there. Gonna feel good about that one. Looking to put a capper on the 2-0 weekend. TSM Academy versus Evil Genius Academy now on your screens, locked with only a 1K difference in gold.
For second Rift Herald, keep in mind a very powerful version of Shelly, does more damage, has more health, is going to be able to blow through the rest of this top lane turret health as Huni and Anda are there. They're going to be able to try and make a collapse happen. The Ornhorn called out just to stall for time, but Huni's taking a huge chunk of damage. Dokkan doing his best to try and survive. The Rift Herald proc will go off, but it seems that EG is not going to continue this one. Afraid they don't know where their opponents are. They have no eyes in that top side jungle, so instead of going for the continuation on the kill there, they're just going to back off instead, letting this Orn live to see another day, and will not be securing another Rift Herald charge. Speaking of ward coverage, if we look towards this top side of the map, EG controlled in the river, 2 pink wards. Meanwhile, bot side, we have the teleport coming out onto a couple of pink wards we see on the bottom river. Very split map when it comes to this ward coverage so far. Both teams posturing very aggressively around this dragon. That's going to be the shockwave. That's going to be the showmaker coming out. Treats is caught out. He is forced to pop the stopwatch, but it will not be enough as he goes down shortly after to Matt. Winston also getting himself extremely chunked out, but is able to find his way to safety as he uses the ultimate just to back out of this fight. Evolve coming over the wall. A good chunk onto Anda, but EG still much healthier than the health bars of TSM. Anda is going to be getting some healing. They have started up the dragon. Definitely the Senna is going to be able to poke at this from long range. So he goes in, finds a good bubble, but will not be able to follow it up. Huni with the flank though. Flash forward. He gets the pull. He gets the stun. A blink away from Lost though means that he's able to keep himself safe and gets the return kill on the Huni. Just not enough help from his teammates in order to make that one happen. And now it is EG forced to back away from this dragon. And this first Infernal Drake of the game will be secured by TSM Academy. King's going down in the mid lane. Also, EG not opting to go towards that mid side. Everyone backing out towards the bottom lane means that inside trap for TSM Academy. They're not just going to get the Drake, they're going to get the mid lane turret as well. Now taking themselves up to match EG 2-2 in the turrets, 2-4 in kills, with a slight 200 gold lead in favor of Evil Geniuses.
Classic Huni aggression around the dragon bites EG as we head on over to Dig versus TL.
What Greg is really looking to do. He did used to play against Dignitas. He's played with a lot of these members before, and now they're going to be finding Viper out. He's completely isolated. He's just going to be flashing the wall. Greg going to be landing the Q and kicking him right on back. Yama got to be a little bit careful. The True Shot Barrage going to come through, not going to be landing onto an important target. The ultimate coming out of Viper, but ultimately it's not going to do him a whole lot of good. In a 3v1, completely isolated from the rest of his team, most of the members of Dignitas have backed away.
Viper caught in the 1v3 gives TL their first kill. Let's see if they can turn that into something more as we pop on over to 100 versus CLG. 100 got their foot on the gas, picking up another one onto that inner turret.
Impressive. The pressure that's been thrown his way, but you have to think that these mages will rule this mid game for the next 10 minutes at a minimum. Fake God's also split pushing, he's got the Death Dance ready to go. Deus now has the Executioner's calling, so I think his 1v1 is a little more tenable. Phil looking for the hook, finds Prismal, good flash all the way to the magical journey. Nice exit there prepared by Poom earlier as Phil's just getting slowed down. Contract is ready, and Phil knows that Saligo is also ready. See a Fragus, no, not dead. But Saligo does kill the Pike as collateral, and here comes the Requiem, going to try and kill Tuesday as Fake God gets the kill. But cannot stop Fragus from ulting, which did not even kill Saligo. Despite diving in the tower and eating a Syndra ult for his trouble, 100 Thieves just have everything calculated here, and this gold lead is getting rapidly out of control. Up 6k, so now see you later. Nice latch there from Poom as Wind is gonna not die. He is actually a genius. Prismal Nevermind kills him. Well played there for Wind. Not much he could do, but he does at least get a counter kill before going down. Deus, so everyone's eating skill shots here between the chains, the Bard Qs, and the Aatrox Ws. Fake Good gonna take the portal out. CLG are respawn, and the game is still very early, so 100 Thieves have to respect these timings, but they were pressuring for that mid inhib. Saligo gonna find Fragus here, yeah. The better mates today is certainly just LeBlanc. Phil is gonna get a nice hook there. Tempered Fate. Block up Phil. I thought he was trying to stasis up Saligo, but I think that play is actually a little bit better. Here comes Fake God. Contractor on the side. See you later. Deus blown away by the Graves ulti as Phil will fall as well. Saligo unstoppable now. Picking up kill number 5, Tuesday. Trying to get the last, but Saligo just flashing and dancing around. The ulti is good enough. Can't outplay that one. So a 700 gold shutdown for Tuesday. Prismal low but not out. As 100 Thieves do suffer some potentially unnecessary casualties, but
Shutdown comes through, but not before 3 more kills go over. 100 continue to press their advantage. Over to Golden Guardians versus FlyQuest. Action in the bot lane. TP's coming in.
Teleport in from revenge. That's exactly what he wants. He's gonna start swinging left and right, and the bows go down onto a Blaze Olive first. Chimes now gonna get locked up, knocked down, and he dashes back to Battle Dance the Heart as soon as he hits the ground. Almost sweeps revenge off his feet as he can't keep up. And another teleport coming in from Turtle. Will he go into the turret? He was hoping for a big crit in that boomerang return. And man, they're trying to keep Golden Guardians on their toes as FlyQuest has taken the lift off, or just taken off, I should say. This just got very, very hot on the Rift. 2 Drakes have been picked up. Ocean is going to be the next one for Golden Guardians.
No time to breathe as we crest the mid games for each of these teams. Over to TSM versus Evil Geniuses Academy.
Coverage. We do see Lost already sitting on the completed Man Immune as well as the Trinity Force. Now, this is where you have a couple of options for the side of TSM Academy. Does Lost go towards the Bork, or does he go towards the Death Dance? Keep in mind, we are playing on 10.2 and not 10.3 for these games, which means Death Dance has not been nerfed just quite yet for range champions. Flash forward, that is the ultimate coming out by Preach. Jumped immediately onto Gyu. He gets absolutely blown up at the beginning of this fight. No time for that Orianna to use the Shockwave. Anda now left behind enemy lines. Is able to flash over the wall, keep him all safe with the help of Stormbringer. Additional health. Evolve trying to keep this one going. He will be able to find one more Sleepy Trouble Bubble, and with the Star Paddle will find the second kill of this team fight. 2 cleanly picked up by TSM Academies. They are immediately rotating over towards this Baron. There is no jungler. There is no Shockwave they have to fear. Huni, though, if he's able to find a great Storm or a great showstopper. He might just be able to make something happen here. Definitely, and Matt also trying to come in from the side to try and get some poke involved. Links Ford is able to find one sleepy trouble bubble. That is going to be the flash. That is the showstopper. Zoe goes down, definitely finds that one. Now they continue this team fight around the Baron buff. It is going to be 2 kills going over the hands of Deathly, but Orn is able to trade one back. Doklo finds that one. A great Thread Flood finds its way onto the center. Doklo trying to continue forward, but Lost is not in this fight. Gyu has respawned back onto the map, and the Oriana saying, hello, I'm here. Means that TSM has to back away, and a great job by EG to prevent that Baron from going over off of a couple of hits. Shockwave comes out. Doklo cannot get the dash away. He is going to be going down, which means it is now Evil Geniuses with the man advantage, and they will be going for a much easier buff in the second Infernal Drake. Going 2-2 apiece means that there's going to be no
EG as 3. They fight off the Baron play to keep this one alive. Both teams still very close together. Over to Dig versus TL. 3 Drakes in favor of Dignitas and plenty of gold. Let's see if they can close it out.
Through once again, we touched on Phoenix looking to be building up that Morellan. Oh my god. Almost has that completed. Brig potentially finding JJ. He goes in, is going to be kicking it back towards Ricard. This is a lot of damage. JJ has his flash available. It's not going to be enough as he walks into the waiting open arms of Jenkins, Volibear, and Asta. I don't know if this is a place where he can be. Jenkins has the ultimate. This is going to cancel the turret. The flash is already used. But Jenkins is going to be just wandering on out. Knows that Phoenix and Dardoch are coming in, and just going to be trading the ultimate from Volibear for the flash from Asta. Actually going to be quite good for them later on. We talked about the lack of mobility available to Aphelios, and taking away his one spell. Oh no, Yama getting jumped on by Phoenix and blown up completely. Dardoch now in a potential 1v3, and he still seems pretty comfortable in the situation. He's here with the pack. There's potentially a big fight. They go through. Rek'Sai is instantly shut down. Asta and Phoenix going to be walking away, and I think that's all she wrote. Team Liquid not a whole lot of tools to necessarily continue this fight, and looking at the damage that's already coming through for Asta on this Aphelios with 2 completed items. A little bit too much for them to deal with, but that's a big shutdown for them to pick up for themselves once again.
Dig getting punished a little bit for their aggression here, but still plenty of lead time. So let's see if they can calm their minds and reel this one back in. 100 Thieves on the other hand, though, the purple buff in tow. Looking at, oh my god, Contract's blowing up his competition. It looks like this one might be over.
Combined for 100 Thieves is 17-1, and Mathesard 15. Tempered Fake, he's going to miss from Poom. GP ult down, going to clear the wave. Baron up cannon still available though. Tuesday not going to pick it up because he doesn't have W, I believe. Ulti there just again to zone them off, and there's the satchel. I mean, protecting your structures is so challenging when you're this far behind against the Ziggs. And that is probably the least of your problems, given how well the top half of 100 Thieves have played this game. I mean, this is just stellar snowballing here. 11,000 gold up. Again, if this Baron push doesn't end the game, they'll have the Ocean Soul to fall back to as well. They're going to go mid here with a nice magical journey out of Poom. And Soligo's going to stay for the pressure. Fake God again looking. Soligo over the top is just going to try and threaten. There's an easy tower kill as the Ziggs claim to get another one. Love to see the structures kill for Prismograph this game. Oh goodness, they're diving. Contract's godlike with the ulti out. Does kill Tuesday. And I think they're just going to go for it here. Ooh, Prismal's going to go back. He's going to TP back in, and 100 Thieves going to look to end this game. TP down, protects that minion. Left side Nexus turret is gone as he comes in. Doesn't even need the satchel, and Deus is low. Ulti not there. Actually does get fired away, but he doesn't quite get the kill. Diving in though, Fake God's in the back lines, wreaking havoc. Deus flashes towards his fountain to try and keep it all alive, but Prismal is going to go into stasis to live through the Karthus. Can't quite make it, but it's going to be an ace in the fountain as Deus will finally fall to the final chain. 100 Thieves absolutely smash CLG.
No mercy from the Thieves as they wrap this one up. I'll make a note there too that we saw the resurgence of Ziggs in the bot lane in that one and piloted to a victory. Back over to Dignitas versus Team Liquid to see if Dig has managed to calm themselves down and find a way to victory.
Afford to give this objective up. They don't have a whole lot of control over the mid lane. They have lost 2 turrets, and the minions are slowly going to be pushing against them. A wave crashed by Viper up in the bottom lane. Now Rikara, Yama, and Yusui all got to be so careful. around Phoenix's LeBlanc. Getting a little bit of poke back and forth. The Dragon is spawning, but they already caught Greg. He's instantly blown up. No smite available for Team Liquid. Let's see if Jenkins can turn things around. Is going to get jumped on immediately by Viper and this bear. He's big, but he's not that scary. Another kill getting picked up. A double kill for Asta. Now, Rikara and Yusui, they have these Sheen items, but is it going to be enough? No, it's not. They're going to go down. Yusui, the last man standing for Team Liquid, and he has to run away, and that's going to be an easy secure of whatever objective Dignitas wants to pick up. They're going to be valuing this Infernal Dragon. They're going to be having Set started up on his own, but Yusui, if he sniffs this out, if he gets the idea that the Infernal Dragon is isolated, if he gets the idea that Baron is getting started by the members of Dignitas, he can potentially choose to stop one of them. He doesn't go over towards the Dragon, but I think he's got a little bit of an idea that this Baron is getting started up by the members of Dignitas. He's got a lot of poke, and you got to remember, Baron will have an aura. Every time it does a little bit of damage, it is going to reduce your magic resistance. There's no smite available here. He goes for the ultimate, and it's just not quite enough. He's just like, oh yeah, they're hitting the Baron. Great, come smite it.
A bit of redemption there for JJ. Finds 2 big hooks, nets 4 kills, a Dragon and the Baron for Dignitas. They're right back in the driver's seat. Over to Cloud9 Academy versus Immortals Academy. Cloud9 now in possession of that Dragon Soul.
Those turrets, it is just absolute horror movie for Immortals Academy if that does pop into position. Look for Palafox with the ultimate as well here as they siege this bottom side, looking if they can break it open. Teleport coming in from Fudge, see if you can get a flank, because Immortals was looking for that as well, but it doesn't matter. You are so far behind. Your fight, your planning is moot here for Immortals Academy as Cloud9 rolls them over, says we've got this big stat check list and we will beat you down with it. Bonk, 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 as Palafox is able to find a double kill for himself and an ace for Cloud9 Academy. They take the final 3rd inhibitor. The second one on the top side doesn't matter. It's going to fall to minions as the Nexus turrets fall, and Cloud9 Academy continues their winning streak in Week 3.
A much more dominant look and a massive turnaround weekend for Cloud9. 2-0, moving to 3-3 all time here at the end of Week 3. Over to Dignitas to see what they're going to do with that Baron buff now in hand.
Resources have been funneled into this man. He is level 16 on Aphelios, while Jenkins on this Volibear is only level 15. And look at the damage coming through. Rig forced to walk away from just the auto attacks of Asta. Phoenix continuing to hold pressure in the mid lane. Viper continuing to hold pressure up in the top lane. There's not a whole lot of places for Team Liquid to go. They're looking to start a fight. They are looking for it. The death sentence kicked away. They're not going to have an opportunity. But Asta, look at this. Severum's going to keep him so healthy. He doesn't even go down. Dardock's going to be the one who ends up paying the price for the sins, and it's not even going to matter. Phoenix jumping forward, finding a kill, finding another root, and Viper just going to be jumping on top of all these members. There's nobody left on Team Liquid. They're going to be having an opportunity to clean up the base. They're going to be the ones who are going to be moving towards the playoff berth, and that's just going to be leaving Team Liquid alone and sad, all in the last place here in Academy Summers. Team Dignitas picks up their win.
A couple mishaps throughout, but in the end, they close it out fairly cleanly once they have those advantages. Over to Golden Guardians versus FlyQuest Academy. Straight into some action around that bot inner turret.
Another bit of a mistake here. The minion wave still not that much in place for FlyQuest to make moves on the turrets, but On the Hunt goes down. They may want this. Final chapter could be there. They throw it off, and they're just getting baited into these fights, but Fnatic tries to make it, so they do not have an exit. Hard goes back in again, putting himself on the front line and goes down. Golden Guardian's getting way overzealous in this fight, and Zion Spartan might find himself going down. A 300 gold bounty going to who? Going to who? And it's going to be Golden Guardians, Chime, Zion, and Keith staying alive. The bounty staying alive with them. But wait, FlyQuest may have their chance to do Baron. Not a whole lot of damage. We do see Revenge with the Blade of the Rune King, which helps. Turtle can start spitting out a bit, but he does not have much ricochet. Mana left to keep that attack speed up. There's the heal coming through. Zion Spartan just on the other side of Blaze out. Coming through real quick, and it looks like it's going to be a 4v4. A 5 coming in as Triple's there to enter the fight. A shuffle back on the Blaze Olive, and they're going to start getting kills around. That's Revenge and Turtle falling. There goes Triple as he is the third to fall. A double kill coming in for a Blaze Olive as Zion will get the triple. It's a full house of Zion Spartan over a Blaze Olives, and Golden Guardians take the full ace. Looks like they're moving to the base as well. A 13-6 all-out brawl, and Golden Guardians make it look like they're not even running a poke comp in these fights. Absolutely disgusting stuff coming from the Guardians Academy team right now. They're going to be pushing on to the Nexus turrets, and they're going to be definitely finding a win this week to right the ship as they move themselves to 3-3, taking down FlyQuest Academy.
In a battle between 2 and 3 teams, Golden Guardians will prove themselves reigning supreme and moving up the standings with that win there. TSM Academy versus Evil Geniuses Academy. We're going to take a look at this one as TSM moves up the map to try and find position around this spawning Infernal Drake.
The best way to play these kinds of situations. It's extremely helpful for Lost and Evolve. They'll be able to start putting out the harass an Arcane Barrage, True Shot Barrage, I should say. There we go, that's the word. Coming out by Lost there. Pops the Banshee's Veil for Deathly, and is just trying to find as much harass as he can before this dragon spawns onto the map. 25 seconds now for this Infernal Drake. Keep in mind, it is Soul Point. There's the Ornhorn. The Showstopper, though, is going to be able to prevent the return on that one as EG Matt finds treats for the engage. Is not going to allow that Nautilus to stay around in this team fight. Lost and Evolve still trying to find as much harass as they can. Another great stopwatch coming out by Matt in order to keep himself healthy, but it's a little too early as he gets picked off. The Palistar finds one. Giyu finds another, though, as it is a 2-for-1 so far. Winston is down. The jungler for TSM Academy no longer available for this team fight. It's actually a 2-for-2 so far. Hooney and Matt missing for the sides of Evil Geniuses. There is no smite. Anda is still alive. He's trying to find his way into this pay. He's going to be able to Rolling Thunder his way up to this one. He's going to find the smite. He's going to find the soul. That is not the way you want to be doing this, TSM. One more Q out of Ezreal is going to be able to secure the kill, and he's going to find the second on to Deathly. The blink forward, the sleeping trouble bubble, and the ace comes out for TSM, but they donated Infernal Drake over to the hands of EG Academy. Unfortunate situation there. I don't think that in that position you start up the dragon. Unfortunately for TSM, they did not have a way to push away from that Drake. If they backed out, EG would collapse in on it. If they pushed forward, Anda would absolutely tear them apart with the help of Deathly and Giyu there. So they had to play that one slow. They had to focus down Anda is the big thing. Try and chunk out the volley break. Don't allow him to get towards that pit and see that the dragon was at 2,000 health, because as soon as he noticed that the Drake had been started up, he ran straight in for it. Was able to get a couple of auto attacks down, get the E down, and was able to just smite that one away from TSM Academy, which means we now have 2 major buffs in favor of Evil Geniuses. Their Baron no longer available since they were aced, of course, but they will have this Infernal Soul, a massive increase to their overall DPS, considering it is 3 Infernal Drakes on top of the Soul Point there. Keep in mind, Elder Drake will now be the next dragon to spawn onto the map as well. So if you thought that Evil Geniuses were struggling to pick up the kills with their composition before, they are no longer going to struggle with the help of some additional poke, and especially if they're able to get their hands onto this Elder Dragon. The smite execution, the dragon execution, I should say, coming in if they're able to find their hands onto that massive buff in the Drake pit. Once again, we see both of these teams going back to a very passive style of playing this game. We're only sitting at 3 turrets to 2 at 36 minutes, going into 37 minutes here, as Evil Geniuses decided they want to try and break this mid-inner turret here. 4 members grouping up towards this mid side. It is going to force Evolve to back on the top lane. He was able to match the turrets 3-3. All outer turrets are now out of this game. However, Evil Geniuses backing away from this mid lane inner turret, which means we are still sitting at a standstill here. Both of these teams really struggling to find their engages, really struggling to find their win conditions when it comes to picking these team fights. I do want to note, though, Lost sitting at 4 items here, going for not only the Borg, but the Death Stance as well. We're saying that he has a decision to make, and he decided why not both here. It is a long game, which means we're going to be seeing some pretty spicy late game team fights coming up here in just a couple of minutes, as this Baron is going to be spawning in about 55 seconds actually. 606 Ezreal, 414 Zoe versus the likes of a 416 Senna, the 322 Orianna. However, there is a lot of damage for both of these teams here. Keep in mind that Infernal Soul is there for Evil Geniuses. They will be able to get hefty chunks when taking trades, as we try and see as TSM is going to be able to find any kind of successful poke with Evil Geniuses having the inside track on this Baron. Treats gets the ward down, is able to see all the members of Evil Geniuses running away towards that top side of the map. The bubble will land on it definitely. The spell shield absorbs it. Treats finds a hook on Anda, but that is not the target that you want. Instead, he's going to back away from that one, and will not go for the stun. Evolve trying to find yet another bubble. Will find Matt, but his Anda going in, uses the Stormbringer. He's all alone though. There's nobody there to help, and his loss is just going to be putting out the DPS. Huni comes in with the flank though. Showstopper gets a lot of damage, but is not enough. Evolve and Ezreal are still fairly healthy members. Lost going in for. There's the blink. He's trying to find some more damage on the Dio, and it is Matt, Huni, and Anda that walk away licking their wounds. The redemption coming in from Zoe will mean a good heal for the team of TSM, as they're now trying to push up this mid lane. They're trying to find whatever advantages they can at this point. The heal is used, the Super Soaker as well. TSM Evolved is just blowing through all the available summoner spells on the floor. He's going to find the splash code as TSM once again find themselves onto this Baron. There is a Scuttle Crab in the river. EG knows this is happening. It's going to be another 50-50 unless they are able to find their way onto Anda. Evolved goes over the wall. He sees the volley bear. He's trying to find as much poke as he can before this Baron gets down too low. Anda coming around the backside of the pit. TSM has to back off as they feel the pressure of Evil Geniuses running in on them. A great stall out there once again by Evil Geniuses. 2 stall outs, 1 Baron steal so far. TSM struggling. TSM Academy struggling just as TSM does with being able to secure these Baron buffs. Not able to find their way into the pit. Not able to find their way to start this objective. And now it is actually Evil Geniuses are starting this one up. There's no wards inside of the Baron pit. There is one outside. They know this one's being done. But TSM had backed away so far from this one. It's down below 5,000 health. Winston, the only member there to start this one off. Dokla has found his way over. The Ornhorn comes out. It will connect, but the Shockwave is used as well. But it's too late. The Spy has come out. Evil Geniuses have the Baron buff. Huni's being trunked out extremely low. Definitely has to flash away in order to keep himself safe. However, Huni found his way into the backside of the pit. He will not be able to finish off Winston as Evolve finds Orianna at the top side of that fight, and Lost finishes off the set towards the bottom side. It will be, again, 2 kills going over to TSM at the cost of the Baron being picked up by Evil Geniuses. Elder Drake will be spawning onto the map in about 30 seconds here. 40-second death timers on Huni, on Dio. If TSM wanted to try and find a neutral objective for themselves, this is their opportunity. A great stopwatch will be able to keep Matt alive there, as that bubble from Evolve had chunked them out extremely low. That is the threat of a late game Zoe. You have to be afraid of those sleepy trouble bubbles. Now, Elder Drake, 3, 2, 1 is available here. TSM already in position. They are going to try and burn this one down as fast as possible, and Evil Geniuses understand they are in no position to try and contest this one. You do not run 3 members into a full 5-stack of TSM. And finally, we see TSM Academy able to find their hands on a neutral objective. This time, though, it is going to be the Elder Drake, which will feel very nice despite the fact that they have lost 2 Barons. And Elder Drake will help with securing kills for this team composition that has a lot of harass, a lot of poke. 7, 0, and 6 on losses Ezreal. He is doing a fantastic job of pumping out the damage, finding the kills, and yet keeping himself safe throughout these team fights. And that's an extremely difficult task when you're looking down the barrel of a set volley bear engage and an Orianna Shockwave that can be collapsed upon by either of those 2 members that get the engage. That being said, TSM going towards this top side of the map. Evil Geniuses heading towards the mid lane. They're going to try and push out these waves and find what other turret or objective they can around the map. 42 minutes into this game. It is 4 turrets to 3. We have ourselves a slow burner for us all here today. It's TSM trying to get towards this top side. Evil Geniuses have matched them as the True Shot Barrage once again comes out to try and find some harass, but is going to swing wide this time around. Definitely still holding onto that spell shield, a very important thing for him to do, as he does not want to lose it and allow himself to be vulnerable to some of that Zoe harass from Evolved. Meanwhile, on the bottom side of the map, Huni finds his way towards that bot lane inner turret. There is nobody there matching them. Dokla is on the top side of the map and does not have his teleport available, so teleport advantage going over to Evil Geniuses. Nobody is backing the ultimate from Set to try to stop Dokla's back, but is not going to be successful. But the inhibitor turret will be going down anyways. Ornn has finally made his way back, but that is an exposed inhibitor on the bottom side of the map, and all for the cost of one top lane inner turret there. 2 for 1 for the turrets. Evil Geniuses coming out ahead for sure. Looking at the items this late into the game, you can expect to see some very full item slots here. Lost completed. He has the Trinity Force upgraded with the ornament and all. Death Stance, Blade of the Ruin King, Mortal Reminder, and a Mana Immune coming in with his boots of choice, the Ionian boots for him, he says. On top of that, one sitting at 4.5 items, or 5.5 items, trying to complete. Just sitting on the Bramble's Best left. You don't need to complete the full Thorn Mail until last item, just simply because you already have the Grievous Wounds and return damage with that component piece. Graves in the jungle, though, still has not completed the Death's Dance for himself. Does have the Black Cleaver, was able to get onto that Aegis fairly early on, but now he's only sitting on a BF sword and a Vampiric Scepter, not able to complete the full item, which means he's fairly weak at this point in the game, all things considered. 233 farm in 44 minutes is not the kind of numbers you want to see being put up by Winston here, considering he's playing a heavy farm jungler. He is still behind Anda when it comes to the farm and kill participation here. Anda sitting at 4 items for himself. Boots on this side with that. Huni also sitting at 5.5 completed items. Giyu sitting at 5.5 completed items. Deathcap, Spellbinder, Leandri's Torment. That is a lot of damage coming out by this Orianna. Extended team fight potential. Burst damage like no other with that Shockwave. You have to be afraid if you're looking at Giyu wrong here. If he's able to find an amazing Shockwave, that could mean the end of this game. However, we have not seen the most successful Shockwaves so far this game. Senna also sitting on 6 completed items here. Karma with the Deathcap and Zanya Shockwave coming out in the mid lane. Giyu is not able to find any connection with that one, as the Ornhorn will find its way onto the Orianna. Flash forward from trees, trying to bind up this Orianna, but is not going to be successful. It's able to flash away. Humi comes in with a showstopper and is trying to find his way onto the backline of TSM, who will not find success, but the Haymaker will, as Evolve drops down just below 200 health. TSM, it will not be able to find any kills off of the back one, but fortunately for them, none of them are going to be falling down either, as Evil Geniuses decide to back away from that one. They are not going to overforce this team fight. Baron spawning in 30 seconds here. Winston having to dash away for his life, as Anda was aggressing towards him. Will not be able to find any kind of kill just yet. Baron is going to be spawning in 20 seconds now. Evil Geniuses are looking for the ward coverage. This could be the team fight to end them all. Anda is sitting in the bush. Huni is going to be coming out, showing themselves prematurely here. Unfortunate for them. Dokla re-engages. Huni gets chunked. He's going to be dropped down extremely low. The Haymaker comes out. The Karma Shield. The Shockwave. Dokla keeps himself safe, but Huni is alive as well. Great job by the side of Evil Geniuses in order to keep their top laner alive there, as Winston trying to find a couple more auto attacks, but will not find success, as he's completed his Bloodthirster instead of continuing onto that Death Stance. I'll get back to that later. Interesting. Actually, I have a moment now. Interesting itemization choice coming out by the jungler. Death Dance, not your second item here. I was expecting Phantom Dance, to be completely honest with you guys. The DPS, the additional crit chance, the movement speed of being able to go through minions, actually a really big deal for the likes of Graves, whose auto attacks can be creep blocked. Funny enough, considering that it is a more of a skill shot in how it interacts. It's kind of weird, kind of interesting. Check him out if you haven't played him before. But keep in mind, his auto attacks can be blocked, but multiple auto attacks can also hit the same target. Hold on though, we finally have the team fight breaking out. Anda goes in, treats his fight. He is trying his best to survive, but Winston finds his way onto Giyu. The Grace is able to find the first kill of the fight. Orianna goes down. Evolve trying to do his best to harass from the sidelines. Lost also in the back of this fight. Nobody's able to get onto the 2 carries of TSM, and Lost finds himself another kill. It goes over to Evolve, but it's a 2-for-0 so far. Evolve with a double flash forward, using the summoner spells of Evil Geniuses to find yet more harass down onto Huni. He gets a great great sleeping trouble bubble, and another kill. Domination coming out by Evolved here as he has played this team fight perfectly. CCing everybody, trying to collapse onto his teammates, finding the damage that he needs. He's holding onto a teleport as well. We'll be going back to base to buy some items to heal up and to continue this fight forward. We said it was going to take one fight. TSM have found 3. They are going to be in the Nexus. They're going to be in the base. They're trying to end this one out. Lost getting so much harass down on that, dropping down extremely low. Winston's going to flash forward. The Arcane Barrage comes out, but it's not going to be able to find the kill because Winston steals it away. Definitely, though, gets a return kill onto the Graves. The flash forward, they're trying to do their best to bring this one down. 2 Nexus turrets have fallen. Dokla is left alive, or definitely the only member left alive for Evil Geniuses, and it is game.
Massive comeback victory and a feel-good way for TSM to move into full position of first place at the end of Academy's Week 3. But that all speaks to a very competitive split between these teams and excites me for what we've got in store in future weeks. That is going to do it for Academy Rush, though, presented by Verizon. Don't forget to give our casters a follow at Joshi_TV. We got at Loud Thoughts, LOL, at Coco the Dragon, and don't forget to say hey to our guests, Riv and Pastry Time, as always. Friday Night League gets started soon with a major matchup in the mid lane as Game 2 features Niski against Jensen. Stay tuned.
Last couple of years, it's been a lot about C9 against Team Liquid. C9 against Team Liquid. The split, it's looking like it's going to be that again.
We always lost in the finals against them. Even like last summer split, we lost against them in Game 5, which felt really bad. The last split, we knew that the only team that could beat us if they were back on 4 was DL. So kicking them out of the playoffs for me was really satisfying. I remember everyone jumping out of the chair being really happy because it was really a banger of a game.
Do you believe in miracles now? Cloud9 will shut down Team Liquid's playoff chances.
This time around, we're kind of looking to like reestablish ourselves and, you know, kind of just reclaim what is ours.
3-man knockup. You only need one, and Jensen hit it.
Summer, there was a lot of rivalry between me and Niski, like who's the better mid.
I replaced him 1 year ago. Most of the people are happy that I'm here now, and Jensen's gone, so I'm happy with that.
I'm not really like particularly worried about Niski myself.
No, my team is better than his. Doesn't really matter what he does. I think we'll beat them, and yeah, he cannot do anything about it.
Overblabber goes first blood for the Cloud9 jungler. 2v3 time perhaps?
This man is smurfing LCS at this point.
Honestly, like, I don't think C9 is as good as they think they are. They dominated last split, but I know this time around we're a lot better, and we're feeling super confident, and, you know, I know that I'm better than Niski, and, you know, this is the time to show it.